and we've been joined by public affairs analyst, Comrade Ozo Ekemezie. You're welcome to the studio, Comrade.
A very good morning, Maya, and members of the crew. It's a very wonderful morning on this Tuesday, and the viewers at home or at the office, wherever, pleasure to join us for us to see what we have in today's national tableau.
All right, we'll take a look at some of our national dailies and, of course, stories making their headlines on ABS website. We begin with taking a look at some of the stories on ABS website. Stakeholders in hospitality industry louds firm on effective waste evacuation disposal in Oka. Anambra State government directs schools to end daily academic activities by 2 o'clock. Ramadan, Anambra State Assembly Speaker felicitates Muslims. Also, I think I would want you to comment on this Anambra State giving orders to school to close by HEPES 2. Because over the years, I stay in Delta State, so to speak, so they close HEPES 1. All the schools in Delta State, and schools in Delta State are controlled by government, whether private or public, and they run the same calendar for a session. Every session they run the same calendar. So I'm delighted to hear this coming from the state government, and that means henceforth there should be control from government to all the schools in the state, whether private or public. So what's your take on that?
Well, it is a very right step in the right direction. I commend the state government for taking that laudable step. You see, over the years, the state government, particularly Anambra State, has allowed private school to work in their own discretion. Even if when government school closes for the term, the private school still goes on and close the next week or preceding weeks. Okay? When we are in secondary school, it's not being done like that. Okay? I went to pure government school, that is Gipke Grammar School, okay, here. Okay? We do have, there's a timetable, okay, whereby you have short break, okay, and have long break. That time minimum, okay, is 2:30, you have dismissed. Then, you see? I wonder why some schools, some private schools will stretch students from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening.
Some are caused by parents, so
No.
Some are caused by. Go to Onitsha and see what is happening. Business people.
I'm coming now. Those ones are those who cannot come and pick their people when the school closes. They will say, okay, let them stay extension so they can able to finish their business, come and pick them up. Okay. We talk about dismissal of the students or the people, not even when you come and pick your words from the school. Okay, the school management, especially in the private sector, has already directed from this place and they extended their particular academic activities down to 5 p.m. in the evening. Okay, trying to show that these people, now we are academics. You see, we take these people with a very high mileage. Those things does not make people to be, what do you call it, become intelligent, okay, or even understand what they're teaching them. By that time, their brain has been saturated. They can't even understand anything, okay. It's not how long a student or a pupil stays in the school that will make him or her, okay, to become intelligent or even understand what they're saying. You see, Bible tells us in Book of Ecclesiastes there's time for everything. You see, time for school, time to dismiss, time to go home, time to do this. So how should you even go into extract this student in the school? And again, violating government policy. You see, if private schools, if government schools are closing their term, maybe on 31st of March, the private school will now say they are closing in April. Okay? Not only in Anambra State, in Nigeria, private school has come up to become a dictum of their academic calendar, no longer government. You see, it's more or less when we started handing over most of the schools to the private sectors, missions and all these things that made it. If government has already put a policy, after all, we have what we call it, educational system in Nigeria, controlled by government. There's no private educational system in Nigeria. The curriculum is by the federal government, is by state government, or whatever.
Okay.
So they should able to implement this, as the governor has said, that Chilinwan Bofo has made these things known, okay, let it go into implementation so that there will be a unity.
All right.
There will be a uniformity.
Okay.
An academic calendar in Anambra State.
All right, let's run. The first paper for review is the Daily Times newspaper. Let's take a look at some of the stories making their headlines in front of the Daily Times. 60 PDP lawmakers demand resignation of Damagu, threaten to quit party. And there's a picture, okay, rejects foisting of APC loyalists as caretaker committee members in Rivers, 10 other states. We can see the picture in front of that paper. It's a building, you know, fire incident at Breadfruit Street at Pagbo, Lagos Island on Monday. You can see how cable wires, I don't know if it's electricity or what, passed through to enter that building, and one wonders why it wouldn't catch fire in the first place. Okay, Edo Deputy Governor position, Omabayo's warning as Shaibu rejects impeachment. New Deputy Governor pledges loyalty to Obaseki. Shaibu describes his impeachment as dictatorship. AAC candidate CRPP boss condemn ouster of ex-Edo Deputy Governor. Court remands Binance executive Gambarian in Kuje prison. Hike in electricity tariff. Reps will intervene upon resumption of plenary. Coming from Kalo. FG unveils app for citizens tracking of government deliverables performances. Unical removes HOD for alleged failure to present students for convocation. We also have court and remands Emefiele in EFCC custody as trial begins April 11. All right, which of the stories are you interested in tracking this time?
Many.
All right, go ahead.
In Nigerians, every day there's a lot of things to say.
Chief Anwaz.
But there is no time for us to exhaust them. But let's go take one by one. Okay. First of all, the court remind Emefiele and EFCC custody as trial begins on April 11. You see, you found out that most of the problem we have in the Nigerian economic system, especially monetary policy, is done by Emefiele. Mind you that EFCC has already filed 26 fresh count charges against him. Okay? I wonder how he will, although he had right for defense anyway, he had right for defense, okay? You know, what I'm trying to say is that whenever that you are in a government, I'm not trying to prejudice him, I'm not trying to preempt him, because so far that we're concerned, some made us what they call presumption of innocence, okay, until he proves guilty of those count charges. But I'm trying to say, when we talk about corruption in Nigeria, as it has gone into endemic, and the type of corruption that is in Nigeria, which is the worst part of corruption, is political corruption, not even bureaucratic corruption. Political corruption is what we call particularism. That is when you are in a position, okay, and then you use it to enrich yourself, your loved ones, and your relatives. You see, now, making these policies now, okay, look at how Naira is to dollar, okay? And now you see what is happening. All this cash crunch that we witnessed over the time was created by this man, okay? And again, even that particular new currency is only in Nigeria. It's only a Emefiele, okay, regime. That a country in the world are using two currencies at the same time.
At the same time.
You are using old 1,000 naira and the new 1,000 naira. New 500 naira and old 500 naira. New 200 naira and old 200 naira. Which place in the world that you use two currencies? Okay, which one now is the legal tender? Which one is legal tender?
And nobody seems to be talking about this.
It's confusion to tell that this country is heading to absolute end. Because one of the indices of a failed state is that one, when you no longer control your territory, you can see what the terrorists, the bandits, the kidnappers, and all these things are doing in Nigeria, invading us, the Marudas and the invaders are doing this, and that is number one. Two, when you no longer control your economy, okay, you can see now how dollar is to Naira, how electricity tariff is being increased. The IMF are not helping Nigeria. Rather, they're making the policy for us to increase electricity tariff so they can be able to do what? Create a bond. What of all those looted fund? What is the effort of IMF to recover this fund? So you see that they don't tell us how can you be using two currency, okay? Do you see it in America? Do you see it in London? In England, I mean, using pound? Do you see it in Russia using rubles? Do you see it in what do you call it in Germany using Dutch? It doesn't happen. It's only in Nigeria today that it's a confused state, and the leaders are not doing anything. It's because of we allow these leaders to be doing these things. That's why these things are happening. By the time Nigerians stand up to take up Nigerians by themselves, okay, we will now tell them that it is not the business as usual. So now, eventually, charging, refunding him to AFCC custody. Not yet in prison, it's in their custody. Okay, they will bring him by April 11th. So when they now pre-bargain for bail, and if they beg him, he still face that country and defend himself. So one of the factors, one of the causes of this economics problem we have in Nigeria, his own administration created a lot of what, problem in Nigerian economic system. Then coming to the issue of 60 lawmakers of PDP threatened to resign, okay? And others are saying they are forcing APC members who have already decamped from APC to PDP because Nigerian political class, okay, are not what? They're not politicians. They are just only what? A selfish individual who their duty is to camp, decamp, recamp. So that is what we are going to be seeing. They're junketing from one party to another. So now the people that are in the PDP are saying that we don't want them to head any particular position in PDP. And mind you that Mwike and Fubara, okay, are into a political quagmire. Okay, they are fighting day in, day out. Supremacy, what control and the political tendency is what is happening in River State. You see, Mwike is in Abuja, Fubara is a governor of River State.
All right. All right, let's see other stories from the Punch newspaper before we move on. Banks get 3 months deadline to stop forex-backed loans. With riders there, banks customers begin negotiation to liquidate loans and freeze DOM account balance. Naira rises to 1,220 per dollar as CBN sells forex to Bureau de Change operators at 1,101. Wike Fubara field splits PDP, 60 reps demand chairman's resignation. Okay, other stories. Obaseki swears in new deputy as assembly sacks Shaibu. Emefiele returns. Okay, we've seen that. Sultan declares Wednesday Eid Fitr 70,500 security personnel deployed. Okay, now NNPCL faces $3 billion backlog on petrol payments report. FG may get $1 billion Afrexim Bank loan in May. EFCC probe 50 accounts linked to humanitarian ministry. Is that case still on? I thought they've vindicated the woman finally.
No, when you now probe, okay, then you rope.
Okay.
That is it. So investigation, somebody can accuse you, and you will be what? As I said earlier, presumption of innocence. You see. So if the humanitarian minister, okay, has been accused of this, okay, and they want to probe him, they have sort of probe her, you will not actually say that he's free or not until the investigation is completed. Even if after that, you can even charge him to court. Charge her to court. Okay. So what I'm saying is that the EFCC is still going on to investigate this woman. But I want to let them know that he who goes with equity goes with clean hands. It's not only these people that are the issue. EFCC should live up to expectation. The act that created EFCC is for them, okay, to fight this money laundering, okay, headlong, and not to do what we call selective morality. There are some people that what's happening during political era, that is in electioneering, during campaign now. Some people are moving money, spreading dollars. Where they get that money? Somebody got dollars in bullion van, and up to today, we don't put it the person. Is the law anybody against above the law? You see, so what they're trying to do is that AFCC is trying to practice what you call a corruption means of attacking those that
all right. Can you actually look into this issue of Edo, governor, impeaching the deputy. Their problem has been on since last year, late last year, and up until yesterday when he was finally impeached. As a barrister, what do you take of that situation?
It's what I'm trying to say, okay? Corruption, because when you are, the worst part of corruption is moral corruption. When you're morally corrupt, okay, you must be financially corrupt. That's the important thing. Most of the people that are doing this are morally corrupt. Now, what is happening in Edo State, okay, is what we call power of dynastic succession. Dynastic succession is that this person, I must present somebody that are going to be succeed me as a governor. It happens everywhere, even in River State. It's what's happening between Wike and Fubara.
But must you bring the person in as a deputy? Can the person be there?
That's what I'm trying to tell you now. There might have been a kind of in-house agreement between Shaubu and Obaseki. You know that Obaseki was from APC. Before now, he came to PDP and contest second term. And this man follows him to that particular PDP, and they now contest and won. Now, Fubara, Obaseki is bringing another person as what do you call it, a governorship candidate of PDP in Edo State. Why Shabu is also through his right to contest. So now what you call dynastic succession is one of the having internal democracy is the problem. But now the House of Assembly in Edo State are accusing Shabu that he violated Schedule 7 of 1999 Constitution as amended. You see? And this man has already approached a high court in Abuja, okay, to suspend that particular impeachment. You see? And now he called it that he rejected the impeachment. And immediately he was impeached. What do you call it? Obaseki swore in a deputy immediately, which means there have been hatched it and keep it there. It's already prepared, okay, already programmed, already arranged something without even wasting time. As soon as listen, he put it in.
There was no room for search.
There's no room for search. Like Ondo State when Akeredolu died. Okay, certain after that, before they give their editing, the deputy, the governor. Okay, so now I want to advise my friend, our brother Shaubu, that you are impeached doesn't mean that you have been removed. You still have right to go to court. After all happened in Anambra State, Peter Obi was impeached. He went to court and returned his mandate.
Okay.
That's all. So Shaubu should approach court.
Should go to court
and tell them that the ground of his impeachment, okay, is not substantial.
All right. All right. All right. I think Shaubu will have to come and hire you very soon. All right. Quickly, let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper now. Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Vanguard newspapers. Woes as Forex. Take a single shot. CBN cuts BDC rate to 1,117.5 per dollar to a dollar. We see the riders there. Bans foreign denominated collateral for Naira loans. Analysts attribute Naira appreciation to CBN policies. Incentive for Forex malpractice eliminated. We see Okwama, March 14, killers, war, military fatigues. Eyewitness speaking. Bandits kill 30 vigilantes in Niger as residents flee affected communities. Eid al-Fitr at Babio, governors, others congratulate Muslims, preach peace, love. Nigeria to get $1 billion from Afrexim Bank. That's oil for cash loan. Nigeria's inflation rate to remain high in 2024, coming from the World Bank. 2 killed as men in military uniform pick Jack Rich Eberipapa. He was arrested by other security agencies. That's coming from the police. Okay, that's the much we are taking from the Vanguard. Which one are you commenting on, Uzo?
Well, it's a quite pity that bandits kill 30 vigilantes, okay, in Niger State. There's 2 types of, let me just say, put it 3 types of terrorists, okay, or bandits. You have political bandits, you have economic bandits, you have religious bandits.
In Nigeria?
Yes, okay. So, and that's why if you look at it, you find out that most of the heads of security in Nigeria, security agencies in Nigeria, are from the north. National Security Advisor is from the north. Why are you just expecting people from the south to come and just protect them? Why you are giving everything for you to protect. No, to tell you that it is a cumulative of political bandits, religious bandits, and economic bandits, okay, sponsored by the religious, most of the religious leaders, sponsored by most of the leaders in political era because of position, sponsored by most of the people that are that is what you call it, interested in the economic part of the north, that is in terms of natural resources. Go to Zamfara. Do you know that even the sand, the soil in Zamfara are being sold out of the economic nutrient? I'm sorry, of mineral nutrient that is contained. Okay, it's not an economic terrorist. And they're now going to say in Zamfara, some of the states have been occupied. In Katsina, 21 local governments have been sieged by bandits. In Niger State, okay, they are formed what you call de facto government, collecting taxes from the farmers. That's why you have food crisis in Nigeria. The farmer cannot go to farm again and farm because they are going to kidnap them. To the extent that even some custom people, okay, save their life by giving bandits 7 bags of rice to come out. The situation in Nigeria is because of what? The security. You can no longer control your territory. You can no longer control your economy. It is a failed state.
Okay.
Until we come back to know, we go to drawing board and restructure. Okay, certain things that are impeding dangers.
Okay. Okay, quickly. This Okwama, the killings that happened there and the subsequent, invasion by the army into the community to ransack the community and, of course, did what they did. Now, according to eyewitness, that the killers wore military fatigue, and one begins to wonder what happens. Could this be medicine after death when they have killed people? Fine, they have killed the military people and police people, fine. Then after the killing of military and police people, the army went to the community and set the community ablaze. And one begins, now that the eyewitness is saying they wore military clothes. What happened? What do you think will happen?
Is it today wearing military cloth or wearing police cloth or wearing any cloth? Okay, it's not today that it's seeing it in Nigeria. Okay, who even give them? How did it enter their hands? When I was telling you, people are saying that there's oil theft. People are stealing oil, barrels of oil. I said, can a ship sail from Atlantic Ocean to Nigeria without government knowing about it? Is it possible for you to bring a ship in a territory of a country without them knowing? So which means it's government that is selling the oil. So how can you say that people who wear military camouflage or whatever war uniform, okay, who gave them that? How did they lay hands on that? How did it penetrate into that particular environment? You see, somebody must have bring it. So what is debatable leaf is beyond debatable leaf itself. So now, it's not for the military, it happened in Zakibian, sometime in 2000 or whatever, okay? Whenever you attack military, attack for one is attack for all. That is one of their policy. But you have to tell them that you go to the community and ransack the community, set them ablaze. Those people are innocent. Those people are innocent. You can kill those people that are even involved in that thing and those that are not involved. Okay? Now, the problem is in Nigeria is that what caused that particular attack to the military? What is the genesis of that particular problem in that Okuma? Okay? Until we deal to the cause, okay, the action is what? Immaterial.
All right.
In law, we don't look at the action.
Okay.
Look at the cause of action.
The cause.
That God destroyed the world. It's not the problem. It's why did God destroy the world in the first place.
So it could be nipped in the bud. Let's look at the Daily Independent newspaper and see stories making their headlines in front of the Daily Independent. Nigerian banks' loan environment still toxic, analysts lament. CBN bans use of foreign currency denominated collaterals for Naira loans. 60 PDP reps as acting chairman to resign, threatened to quit party. Okay, other stories. Nigeria's $1.05 billion oil loan from Afreximbank set for May disbursement. Court remands Emefiele. We've seen that. Tinubu okays establishment of National Health Fellows Program. Sanwo-Olu receives Belumi Nubi, makes her Lagos Tourism Ambassador. Now I'll fight this injustice with all my strength, impeached Edo Deputy Governor. With rider there on Mobile Godwin sworn in as Deputy Governor. NLC stakeholders write off Abure's convention unveils new transition committee for LP. Let's look at that story of an NLC chairman, trying to take over the party, the LP party. And of course, Peter Obi yesterday, in all the papers we read, was actually saying that he has no plans of leaving LP party to anywhere. And I was like, this man is NLC president. Is he a politician yet? You should look at, Adams Oshiomhole was NLC president one time, and later, after his tenure, he decided to go into politics. Can't we finish one before we move to another thing? Can he actually combine the two? That has been my thought since yesterday. So what are you saying about it?
Well, I have to tell you one thing, and I still say it, that political system in Nigeria, okay, it's nothing to rattle my about because of those who are quest for power. When those that sees something irrelevant, and when irrelevancy becomes relevant, those people now comes in to do what? To occupy, to become relevant. That's what I'm trying to say now. Before now, nobody knows about Labour Party. It is that when, after the, what do you call it, the camp, okay, of Miniko, of Ondo State. He was former Labour Party governor in Ondo State. Once he entered PDP, nobody knows about Labour Party. Not until Peter Obi goes into Labour Party and resurrected it from its political coma. Okay? And now, this particular NSC chairman, okay, who cannot stand by his word. Tomorrow he say A, next tomorrow he say B. In short, they become a, what do you call it, a toothless bulldog. That's what he is. You see, he said now he's going to go to strike if federal government continue on this tariff hike. He's going to go to strike. He's going to shut nation down. Who tells him so? How many times will he tell us this? Okay, so he talks with two sides of the mouth, and we don't believe him. That's why he now trying to jumpcate, because you know that he's becoming irrelevant in that LAC, because he never achieved one thing since he was threatening the federal government going industrial action or this thing. He never achieved one thing. Now he wants to now come to become a Labour Party chairman, so that from there he can even contest president and become president if at all he wants. Okay, so what we are trying to say is that instead of you to face what you are, NLC, though we know that Labour Party is the auspices of NLC, okay, but that doesn't make you, okay, to control the party, because Labour Party, National Labour Congress, their constitution, okay, is different from Labour Party constitution.
That was why I asked the question, so whether he has become a politician.
It's before he's looking for political power now. But I said that when something that is irrelevant, okay, become relevant, those who take it to be irrelevant will come to make it to become relevant.
All right, quickly, for want of time, let's take a look at the Nation newspaper before we wrap up the show. CBN steps up measures to strengthen Naira against dollar. That's a good story coming up this morning. Apex Bank sells Forex to BDCs at 1,101 per dollar, US dollar as security for Naira loan banned. And we see other stories. Olubada Oba gives Ladoja where the crown condition for truce. Jimo aims a campaign team with APC membership register. Ex-TCN boss accuses agency of mismanaging $500 million. Twist in LP PDP crisis. Guaranteed Trust grows profit to 609.3 billion naira, 609.3 billion naira. PZ, okay, I can't see that very well. Now CBN steps up measures. Okay, we've seen that. I think we comment on that as we wrap up. Strengthening of naira. That story coming at this time. I don't know what it intends for Nigerians.
I want to ask CBN, where is that their measures in public domain? Tell us the measures they are taking. Like federal government tell us that they are making a plan, okay, you know, for us to do what, come out of this particular economic hardship. Which plan? Where is it? What are you trying to do? Okay? Stepping up dollars. Is it why that you go to bank, they'll give you 5,000 naira? Why you have the money in the bank? What is CBN doing to tell us that you cannot be using dual currency in a country? Is it a means of stepping up measures? Okay, these are rhetorics. You see, until we start to go into the route by, first of all, cutting the cost of governance. That's why you can see somebody flying with a private jet. The federal government said they are going to sell 3 presidential jets. That is not the cost of maintenance is very high. No, let them go and buy 30. After all, president buy yacht. Is it how to step up measure to cut dollar?
Yacht.
What is dollar? Until the APC government who tell us in 2015 that is going to make $1 to 1 naira.
To 1 naira.
As it was in 1982 when $1 is 80 kobo. Okay, let them go and make that thing to happen. But beware, finally, the Bible warns us in the book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 22 that you should be aware of those who clamor for change, because the calamity will come to them unaware. It's what is coming to the APC.
All right.
They clamor for change.
We can go on and on, but that's much time could allow us take on the press review this morning. We'd like to thank you so much, Comrade Ozo Ekemeze, for your time on television this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you, members of ABS.
All right, that's it on the press review. More coming up on Good Morning Anambra Show. Do stay.